Reid is back at it, taking shots at candidate Mitt Romney. First it was the tax returns. This time it is Governor Romney's religion. Senator Reid says Romney is, quote, not the face of Mormonism, and he is, quote, sullying the Mormon religion. It's important to point out Senator Reid is himself a Mormon. Joining us, our political panel, Steve Hayes of the Weekly Standard, Ambreen Ali of CQ Roll Call, and Sam Youngman from Reuters. Steve, what's up with Senator Harry Reid?
Well, look, he's sort of been the designated hitman for the Democratic Party. He makes these outrageous, sometimes outlandish attacks on Mitt Romney. A lot of people cover him. Capitol Hill reporters follow the fight, report on it, and then it sort of bubbles up into a bigger issue. You know, does he cross the line here in terms of appropriateness? Maybe. I think that's debatable. For me, the big question is, are these attacks even effective? Like, what's the point of making these attacks? And it's hard to see one unless you take the really, really cynical view that he's sort of catering to anti-Mormon bigotry by raising the profile of the mere fact that Mitt Romney is a Mormon. Hard to believe he would do that, but I can't see any of the reason for him to be making these attacks.
Ambreen?
You know, you have to remember that Harry Reid is not only the senior-most Mormon in Congress, he's the senior-most Democrat. So part of his job is to help President Obama get elected. And I think there are a lot of Mormons in Nevada and elsewhere who are excited by the prospect of maybe having a Mormon president. And I think Harry Reid, as a fellow Mormon, is trying to make the case that the Democrats can also represent Mormons. And it's just, you know, political calculation. Like you said, he's trying to get the president elected. He's going to bat for the president. That's his job.
Well, I mean, not only that, but he's also trying to protect a thin Democratic majority in the Senate. And the thing about Harry Reid is, Harry Reid doesn't care what anybody else thinks. He's the president's attack dog here. In fact, I'd say, considering Joe Biden does most of his attacking with a smile, that makes Harry Reid his more vicious attack dog. He can go after Romney on anything, and it seems to be personal with him.
Is he effective as the Senate Majority Leader? Any of you?
Well, I think Republicans would be quick to say that they've gone how many months without passing a budget. They've punted on a number of issues. So I think if you're asking a Republican, then no. Then Harry Reid is the king of gridlock. He's been single-handedly, he and the president have been responsible for government grinding to a halt. I think Democrats would argue that he's a fighter. He's their fighter. He's a former professional boxer who's been in their corner all along.
Ambreen?
That's right. I mean, you have to remember that he's also sort of the de facto leader of Democrats in Congress, and what he's doing is fighting for his party. He's fighting and trying to make the Republicans look as bad as possible, and to that end, I think he's been somewhat successful.
I guess I would feel somewhat ashamed, and I guess I'll go back to the anonymity issue, when he said that he'd gotten a secret source who said that Governor Romney didn't pay taxes. If he had a source, name them, and we'll take a look at it and we'll examine it and see whether or not it's true or not. But it's really sort of, you know, trashy to say that you have an anonymous source and try to trash someone. I mean, I say this does not make me like Harry Reid anymore when he does that. And then today, you know, and he seems to really go to the gutter.
Yeah, I'm not sure Harry Reid has a very well-developed sense of shame, obviously. I mean, I think to launch these kind of attacks, he did it, and then he was roundly criticized, not only by Republicans, but by the media. I mean, people were raising questions about the propriety of him raising these issues and you know, without any support, without any sourcing. And, you know, he waited a day, and then he launched it again. And he waited a day, and then he launched it again. I mean, this is a guy who I don't think feels a tremendous amount of shame about these kinds of attacks.
Although you have to remember that maybe Harry Reid doesn't care too much about whether he's liked. He's not up for election again until 2016.
And who knows whether he'll run again on that. You follow President Obama on the trail. Does he like Senator Harry Reid?
I've actually been more with Governor Romney this year, and I do get the sense that these attacks from Senator Reid do stick in the craw of the governor. I think they get under his skin a little bit.
We're going to take a quick break, panel. Coming up straight ahead, the big diss. President Obama shakes hands with the ladies of The View but fails to meet privately with world leaders. Now, what's with that? Stand by. Also, has someone gone rogue? Is it Governor Romney or President Clinton? You're going to find out.